What if Poseidon was in Divine Knockout? Now, that is a phrase that I know a lot of people would love to see. Poseidon in Divine Knockout because he will be the most overpowered character ever to enter the arena. You can already tell, and this is because so many people want this character in Divine Knockout, and I've played him in many different games. Poseidon is just always broken and super strong, and in my personal opinion, it does fit the gimmick of Poseidon. Now, with that being said, let's see what abilities he gets in Smite and how we can bring that over with little tweaks here and there to fit in Divine Knockout. So let's start off with Poseidon's first ability. Now in Smite, it's called Tidal Surge. Poseidon summons for a wave that travels in a line, dealing damage and pushing back all enemies in its path. This sounds really cool, and we can kind of bring this over with some tweaks in my personal opinion. So with this, I have some changes that will make this way better for Divine Knockout. So first we're going to start off with how it would look and how it would work on land. So on land, yes, it would summon a little wave like normal and you would come in. But inside that wave, you would have two sea animals, preferably sharks. So when you hit an enemy with your mobility, what happens is those sharks go rah and just do some instant damage to your opponent. And instead of having a little knockback or pushback, what it's going to do is daze your opponent for 1 second. So you'll have 1 second of his screen going instantly blurry and then all of a sudden come back. Because I mean, think about it. If you get instantly attacked by a wave and a shark, or just in the ocean you get toppled, doesn't that kind of disorient you for a little while? Now, we're going to go for the second part of the mobility. When you're not over ground, if you're in the air or you're off the arena, here's what happens. Instead of riding on top of the wave and have the sharks in, you are in the wave itself. So it's no longer a wave. You're more like a water torpedo, or you could keep it in the waveform for the animation, but you're inside the wave gliding on it. That would look super cool. The same thing happens, of course. The sharks attack and then you daze your opponent for 1 second. Now, it's very important for the 1 second because that 1 second is going to be very trippy for a lot of people. The instant changing of screens from normal, blurry to back to normal. So that's how I'm going to imagine his first ability, which is mobility. The next one, this is going to be interesting. In Smite, it's called Trident. Poseidon activates his trident, granting additional movement speed and increasing his basic attack by 25% for 6 seconds. Now, obviously, there's more to it, but since Smite is such a different game and has different on-hit effects, so with this, in Divine Knockout, I have a better idea. So this ability is going to work very much like Storm Katana from Susanoo, but with a little twist. So what's going to happen is you're going to have 3 parts and you're going to be in control of all 3 parts. Once you activate this, your next 2 light attacks are instantly empowered with massive knockback and massive damage. You don't dash forward at them too far. You just have a little dash forward distance, not much. Also, your attack speed is increased this whole entire time. And your third one is no longer a straightforward attack. You're immediately going to launch your trident straight at your opponent, like how Athena's spear is thrown. But it does come back straight to you since the trident cannot be lost. However, to kind of balance this off, once the trident is thrown out, you can't really do any light attacks for probably a second, but it does come back in super fast and doing massive damage. Now, if you do hit somebody straight out with this while they're off the map, it does massive knockback. If not, it just does nice, beautiful trident damage. So that's how I imagine his second ability. Now for his third ability, in Smite, it's called Whirlpool. Poseidon summons a whirlpool at the ground location of your target that cripples targets, preventing movement abilities and creating a vortex that drags targets to the center of the whirlpool that deals damage for 3 seconds. So for Divine Knockout, I'm just going to twist this up a little bit because I think this fits perfectly. So you're going to summon the whirlpool on the ground, and what's going to happen if you land it on an opponent, if they're on the edges and they slowly come into the center, what's going to happen is you're going to have sharks again. Sharks, killer whales, maybe different skins will change up, but you have sharks or just a whole bunch of fishes. And once they're in there, the fishes are literally biting them and nipping them and doing damage to them. Now, if they make it to the center, that's the point where the sharks go in and bam, do some massive damage on them. I think that would work out pretty cool. Obviously, if you're in this, it's going to be very hard to get out because you're in a whirlpool. Think about it. Are you really going to be able to get out of this very easily? So it's something that once you land, it's going to hit. But when you get hit by the sharks in the center, it's going to stun you for a little bit. Probably about 2 seconds or 1 second. Either way, it will work as a stun in the middle. Now, if you do land this on somebody that instantly starts the whirlpool while they're in the center, they're going to get hit with the shark and they're instantly going to be stunned. Very much like how Thanatos' works. It would work out perfectly, making him a big bad boss. Now, for his ultimate, honestly, the ultimate he has in Smite is almost perfect for Divine Knockout. I'll just twist one little thing. So in Smite, it's called Release the Kraken. Poseidon releases the Kraken, dealing damage and slowing targets in its radius. Entering the center of the effect when it spawns takes additional damage and knocks up and stun. So that's how it works in Smite. Obviously, it's a different game. So for Divine Knockout, this is what I picture. So I have 2 versions of this. I'm going to start off the one I really like. So what you're going to do is you're going to summon the Kraken. And instead of it coming in a circle, it's going to go straight forward and catch anybody. So it's like Athena's ultimate, but it's a Kraken. Now, when the Kraken grabs you, it continues to go till it reaches the edge or the length of its travel distance. And then it just spits you out after you're in its mouth, and that's the incredible knockback. Obviously, when it bites you, it's going to do incredible damage. I think that fits him perfectly. Also, behind the Kraken, you could do some cool animations where there's like, I don't know, some extra fish and stuff just flowing behind him, just for that extra detail. Also, the other way you could do this, which is pretty boring in my opinion, you could just have it go in a circle, grab somebody in its mouth, or whoever's in the center of the circle, it grabs them and then it blows them out. I personally think the first one works perfectly, as that one seems extremely deadly. You just see this giant Kraken coming towards you like Athena's ultimate, and once it grabs you and holds onto you, doing some initial damage, and then once it finishes the distance, it goes pew, and just spits you out, and that massive knockback has a high chance of getting you out of the arena, obviously if you have high vulnerability. And that's what Poseidon would look like in Divine Knockout. Hopefully he does come and he's extremely powerful. That's exactly what I want, which would fit his character. So with that being said, if you have any tweaks to my personal build for this, or you have your own ideas about who should come next in Divine Knockout, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.